Peace. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Hey, something wrong. Something is wrong with the speaker. Oh, there we go. All right. Woo. All right. This is a Heart of a Simple production. But we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Let me see something. I just got to tell something, family. Hold on. Be patient with me.
Mr. Deity.
And I find the article. There you go. I'm back up. Yeah, Mr. Bridges, I'm putting the blooper series together. And it says clean eating is a ticking time bomb that puts young people at risk. Wait, let's look at the description for clean eating. All right, wait, hold on. Clean eating. While clean eating is a huge phenomenon, particularly on social media, there is no universally applicable definition of the term. However, the lifestyle tends to follow the general principles. Avoiding processed foods. Eating lots of vegetables. Preferably organic seeds, whole grains such as barley, amaranth, and quinoa. Relatively little carbohydrates instead of preferring protein and healthy fats such as coconut and daily toast. The 5 parts of the human being, the 6 emotions, and the 7 principles, right? 5, 6, 7. That's Gye-Nyame talk. 5, 6, 7, right? One of those 5 is the physical body. We have to learn to take care of our physical body. We have to take care of our physical body because if we do not take care of our physical body, then the spirit has no place to rest. The spirit has no place to rest. The mind is crazy. And the intuition is thrown off. And of course, you know, your emotions is all out of whack. So you have to take care of your physical body. So come on now. It's just like they're trying to get you with so much foolishness. It's just ridiculous. Let's keep it moving. All right. I'm going to open the lines up in about 20 minutes. NASA uncovers an alien habitat on one of Saturn's moons. It's possible they're going to suppose announce it tomorrow, but up under the ice sheets, they found some, they detected some type of living organisms. Pretty incredible. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Y'all didn't, I hope, I'm going to have to toast Charlie Murphy. I'm going to have to toast Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's younger brother. You know what I'm saying? Hilarious. We going to toast Charlie Murphy. As y'all see, I got a big gallon of ambrosia. I'm about to bottle this up, but I'm sampling it right here live on air. This is that Death Eater. This is the star of the fleet of my ambrosia, the Death Eater. And we're going to toast Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace. Charlie Murphy passed away. Those that don't know, this is the brother of Eddie Murphy. This is the brother that helped launch Dave Chappelle. I ain't gonna say launch his career, but made the show really worth watching. Oh my God, no wonder my sound is messed up, family. I ain't got my mic plugged in. I'm plugging my mic in right now, right now. I don't believe it. That was stupid of me. Alright, I'm so sorry. My sound is all off of my radio show, and I have to go on and try to fix it right now. But my microphone is not gonna step up. All right, we just gonna do the best we can with what we got. Actually, I could shut down my actual show and start all over, but we won't do that. I'm just gonna lower the levels. I'm gonna lower the levels. I was just so excited to get out here and share with y'all today that I ran off Bluetooth cable voice microphone. Let's go to microphone. Here we go. That'll work. Check, check, check. All right, cool. Those that are on the radio show that's listening to me live on on Gye-Nyame.com, I apologize. But hey, now let's see what other news is up, and then we're gonna get into it. Talk about a couple of lessons that I learned today. Oh, YouTube just announced. Check this out. Check this out. YouTube just announced their own. YouTube announces cable-free TV subscription service. So YouTube now is coming out with their own network, right? Incredible. It's incredible, right? Now, I ain't going to say it's going to be $35 a month. You have access to 40 network as well as YouTube creator content. You know what I'm saying? Stations USA, FX, Freeform, ESPN, Fox Sports, NBC Sports. It'll be streaming through all your devices. Brilliant. Brilliant. Because a lot of people are talking about cutting the cord right now, right? Me and my family, we don't even watch TV. We don't even watch cable. Everything is streamed. My daughters, I just had to chase them up out of here because they was just streaming something. We're moving into a marvelous time, people. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the news that we need to be checking out. No, nothing but the Daily Toast. I do the Daily Toast live on Facebook every morning. My fault. Umoja through Nia on at about 4:15 in the morning. I do a quick toast on Facebook. Anybody have any ancestors you want to salute, personal ancestors, you bring them out. I mean, you can bring them out. Just toast with me. You know, have your healthy drink. And the way we toast is we drink the libations. We don't just pour them on the ground. Not that there's anything wrong with pouring libations on the ground. I need to bottle this quick. Good. But I needed to, okay, the bubble's still coming up. All right, cool. So I am going to seal this one off before I go to bed. And we are about to get into the proverb of the day. So anybody that want to call in, feel free to call in. You will be able to be heard because I have upgraded my system. My wife went out, bought a speaker so that y'all could hear other people on here besides me, right? All right, so we're coming from the African Opens to the Tree of Life. Hopefully some of y'all keeping up with it. I'm inviting everybody to do the Nguza Saba Challenge. As a matter of fact, I got to post that. Everybody that's doing the Nguza Saba Challenge, those that want to try the ambrosia, if you on the Nguza Saba Challenge, every time you get $2.50, at least $2.50, you get a bottle of ambrosia. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else got to give at least $3. And by the way, I'm not selling this. I'm giving this to people who supporting the journey. Just want to be clear. You ain't gonna get me wrapped up and tied up and sent to jail. All right. So here we go. GUM.co/Nguza Saba Challenge. For those that don't know, just go on and read about it. All right. Those that want to call in, the number is 614-556-4639. 4535. Feel free to call in. Don't be shy, because you never know what your words or how your words will affect people. All right. So, I'm writing my article for tomorrow, and of course, I've been thinking about the principle of the day, which is Gye-Nyame, and collective worker responsibility. And I've been looking for it all day. I've been experiencing it all day, and the concept of culture keeps coming up. The importance of culture, and I can't stress it enough. The importance of culture is just ridiculous, man. I mean, it's just like, from culture, when you really, it's called 567, right? From their culture, people, social systems. From their culture, they get their political systems. From their culture, they get their economic systems. They get their political system. They get their economic system. From their culture, they get their education system, right? From their culture. All these things, concepts of war, concepts of relationships, how to treat people. So if you destroy a culture, the people whose culture you destroy become zombie-like. And they are able to be manipulated. Now, I'm not talking about the way they got y'all looking at zombies now. I'm talking about the original concept of a zombie. And I'll get into that a little bit tomorrow. But the original concept of a zombie is a mindless individual that follows the orders of his master, that constantly needs instructions and needs to be guided in what to do. You're just a hulking mass of body that works. Slavery. That's what happens, right? So collectively, we have a responsibility to restore our culture. And for tomorrow, the angle that I'm hitting it is from the angle of Gye-Nyame, cooperative economics, right? Because if all these things come from culture, culture is an untapped resource that we have not, as of yet, stepped into dealing with, right? I hear you, Mr. Bridges. Mr. Bridges said, you mean Trump supporters, zombies. Take away their culture, right? Now, let's go to the proverb of the day. Call lines are open. Ideas and symbols are not pure sources within themselves. They are points of culmination. This is true of the negatively created ones too. Humans, as dynamic thinking beings, eventually challenge all ideas and symbols, thereby demolishing or recreating and reconstructing them towards new points. That's one. I'm going to read another one, because these ones are long, so I might not make it all the way through, so I'm going to need to mark where we stop. Oh, my kids destroyed my pen. For no reason, this pen did nothing to no one. And my kids destroyed my pen. Entrepreneurs out there, kid-proof pens. We need kid-proof pens. All right? Please, somebody, create me a kid-proof pen covering the ages from 2 to 12. Because I don't even understand why anybody would want to do a pen like that. God, where my thunder at? I need thunder. Can't keep a pen. Good grief. Can't keep a pen. All right, here we go. Number 2, symbols often appeal more to the intuition than do ideas. Yet symbols and ideas rely upon both the intuitive and the rational to some degree. Ideas often seem more explicit, But like symbols, they too rely upon coding and encoding as functional knowledge, constructs, and as forms of communication. Oh shit, I'm gonna have fun with that one. Though confounding they may sometimes be, symbols and ideas propose clarification, for in their most positive sense, they work to communicate essence. All right. Woo-hoo. Hey, y'all might want to call. Somebody might need to call in because I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. I'm gonna ring the bell. Class is in session. All right, put your hand down. Put your hand down, son. I'm not. Hold on. No, you can't go to the bathroom right now. No. All right. So now we are going through the African openers to the tree of life, and right now we are discussing. Ideas and symbols. Last week was ideas and symbols. This week is ideas and symbols. And ideas and symbols are very important. Why? Because ideas and symbols come from culture as well as foreign culture. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a I think it's what's the term, paradoxical relationship, because it's basically like that question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the thoughts or the culture? What came first? You know what I'm saying? It's a conundrum there, right? You know, because they form each other and they're constantly feeding each other, right? Ideas flow out of the culture, new ideas come and change the culture. Ideas flow out the culture, new ideas come in and form the culture, right? But now the key piece for people out there, we need to start grasping our culture. And once again, I need to stress this all the time because I know some of y'all out there is real shaky about that. I'm not talking about going back and just wearing dashikis. I'm not talking about you wearing sandals. I'm not talking about you going back to the negative stereotypes that have been given to you about our culture. I'm talking about going back to the culture that has made it possible for us to survive for thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. Life ain't changed. Rules of life have not changed. Fall down, you get hurt. Fall down too far, you die. Rules of life are the same, right? You need the culture to kind of help you set the perimeters. And I did a real good piece on that this morning. So here we go. Ideas and symbols are not pure sources within themselves. Once again, that's that loop. They're not pure ideas, not pure sources within themselves. They are points of culmination. So ideas and cultures are, in a sense, a communal conscious, right? That springs up. Because in order for a culture to survive, the people have to survive. So from these people, this unconscious or this superconscious part of a group rises up and start forming the morals and the ideas that keep people safe and keep them able to survive. So in a sense, the culture don't just come out of nowhere. So the culture need the people and the people need the culture. All right? So it's not a pure idea. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes up at one point, culminates, builds up, and it emerges. This is true of the negatively created ones too. With ideas and symbols, right? So with the negative ideas, they work just like the positive ideas as far as how they culminate, how they come out. Humans, as dynamic thinking beings, eventually challenge all ideas and symbols, thereby demolishing or reconstructing them toward new points. Now, this is an excellent point as far as ideas and symbols, right? See, because some of us get caught up in old ideas, and we think that we look at the past and how these ideas and these symbols in the past work, and we want to hold on to those ideas. But ideas and symbols need to be deconstructed. They need to be analyzed. They need to be updated. They need to be rebooted sometime so that they can fit where we are, right? This is why I'm not scared to grab onto my culture, because I understand that we have to reboot it. We have to make some changes. We have to add to it. Every generation adds to the new ideas, to the new symbols that people use. That's your responsibility now, right? What new ideas, what new symbols are you adding to your culture? What new ideas are you adding to your family? What new symbols are you bringing in that you're using to help energize and to direct the kids? Because think about this, man. A lot of our children, I honestly believe, are acting in the way they're acting because they're aimless. What does aimless mean? Aim means you focus on a point and you shoot and you go towards it. Aimless, right, means that you have no target. Our children are acting the way they do because they're aimless. This is why I keep stressing this whole idea about culture, right? Because the culture helps give people direction. It helps give people a purpose, right? Culture helps people master the universe. Do you understand that? Now, you sending your children to school. Think about this. We send our kids to school to get a damn job. What universe is they mastering? No, they're learning to serve in somebody else's universe. So we have to update our ideas. We can no longer maintain these slave ideas and these slave symbols. We have to come up out of it, right? You don't find it strange that they call these things that we go to jobs, right? But then the worst book in the Bible that a lot of y'all read, the most horrifying one for me was a book called Job. Of course, they pronounce it Job, but it's spelled the same damn way. And I don't want one of those. And I don't want to go through what he went through. Every time. That's why I say I got an adventure. I have never wanted a job. I never wanted to go to a job. I never wanted to have a job. My fault. When I was 16 and I got my first job, and after that I was through. Right? We got to change and morph the ideas, right? We got to deconstruct and reconstruct some of the ideas that we have because they are no longer working for us. So now our children go to these educational institutions, right, with no idea of why they're there, other than you need to go. Why? Because I told you to. You need to go. Why? Because you need to get educated so you get a job. We need to start using ideas and symbols to catapult not only ourselves, but to catapult our young people into places of prominence. Please, we have to, because think about this, man. What happens to a person? Because a lot of y'all, this happened to you, whether it was in a religious way or whether it was in a political way. What happened to your life when you started serving a higher purpose? And you're never too young for that. Right? When you let a child know, and he can see it in you, and he can see you changing, he can see you moving in a direction. You let the child know that they are serving something higher. You're going to school. You're going to school to learn how to control the universe. You're going to school to build something for your people. You're going to school. You have a purpose. There's a reason for you being here. As a matter of fact, another idea we need to get rid of is these children being mistakes. Because a lot of y'all treat your children like they was mistakes. I'm saying get a child a little bit more responsibility. I was walking with my daughter the other day and I said, I want to thank you. She said, for what? I said, for choosing me to be your dad. She said, what you mean? I said, you chose me. You don't remember? I guess we had some type of contract in the past life and you chose to come through me. And I'm honored that you did. Right? So now what I'm doing is putting some control in her hand. From the beginning, baby, you had a choice. You chose me. Through the good and the bad. So now, what are you going to do with it? Right? As she grow up, the question increases. Right? What are you going to do with it? We make our children like You know what I'm saying? You use an accident. Okay, we just gonna get you through school. Your whole life is an accident. Old idea. We need to recycle that. We need to deconstruct that. We need to change that. Right? We need to start putting power, the right type of power in our children's hands. Not this messed up power that divorces them from the community. Right? See, because humans, as dynamic thinking beings, eventually challenge all ideas and symbols, thereby demolishing or recreating and reconstructing them towards new points. We need to demolish, recreate, reconstruct a lot of the old ideas that we have, and then move to new points. Get our ideas to move us to a different point. Jobs are done. We need to make sure our children understand that, but we need to need to get them to understand that they have potential to change everything. Don't fret about the job market because you're not going to school to get a job. You're going to school to start a business. You're going to school because it's free time right now for you to learn stuff. You're gonna pick the brain of your teacher. You're gonna pick the brain of the administrators around you until I'm able to formulate some way for me to have a school where I'm in control of your education. You know what I'm saying? The whole piece is when you go to school, you know what I'm saying? We got to have these conversations with them. Right? Because right now, I'm seeing aimless. And let's say it's only 15% that's aimless. That's still too damn much. That's too much. Come on, family. We got to build, right? You know what I'm saying? We got to set ourselves up on the path of a higher purpose, and we got to get our kids on a higher purpose right now. Because we're running out of time. We're running out of time. See, because I don't know if y'all noticed the political games that's being played, man. It's games being played with your life in your country at this point in time, right? You see, the meeting didn't work out too well with the whole Russian thing, right? Y'all seen that in the news, right? You know what I'm saying? Political games, right? One, what do they call it? One man upmanship or something like that. It's just like they're playing games, right? They're playing games with your future. They're trying to get you scared. Bob Bridges said we have to break the school to prison pipeline. And one of the ways to do that is to start getting our kids aimed towards something. Now we still have to break down the system that's eating them up like that. And I agree with that. But the first step is to get our kids to understand that they're going to this place for a reason. They're going. I had a young man that was just, oh my God, I ran into a whole lot of them, man, and I just look at them and I just be like, I'm about to lose my job. I don't know if you ever had those moments where you just sit there and I'm about to lose my job. Breathe. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I have these moments all the time where I'm just sitting up here like, why are you doing that? Right? So we got to start shouts out to Miss Jill Jackson. Shouts out to Miss Stephanie Jackson. I see you online. I see you was on. Shouts out to Miss Victoria. All right. So let's keep it moving. All right. So we got to take these ideas and these symbols, and we have to challenge all of them. We got to look at them. We got to challenge them, and then the ones that pass the mustard, that stand up to the test, we keep. Those that don't, we need to demolish, recreate, reconstruct them toward new points. Right? That's what culture is about. Anything that's stagnant is not good in nature. Right? So anybody that's talking about we need to keep it, when you hear people talk about the good old days or the old time religion, and you need to move away from them. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in something that's not really even human. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. Because everything grows, everything moves, everything transforms. Anything that is stagnant and does not transform does not belong to this universe. Something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So when you walk around and you seeing people, you know what I'm saying, stuck in the past, cross the street. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, we gotta move. We don't need to be stuck in the past. You know what I'm saying? I'm not vaguely interested in living like they lived in ancient Egypt. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest about it. Some ideas, yeah, I want to embrace. I want to use those, right? But I'm not vaguely interested in living and dressing like they dressed back in ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? But the ideas and the symbols that hold the power is what I want to embrace. The cultural piece, you know what I'm saying, is what I want to embrace, right? I think that'll benefit me and my children. All right, let's move to the next one. Symbols often appeal more to the intuition than do ideas. All right, so now this is directly talking about symbols. Now, the power of symbols. You know what I'm saying? A symbol is is something that represents something, right? So it says symbols talk to the intuition. Now remember, when I give you my hand and I talk about the 5 parts of the human being, you have the intuition. Intuition is first. Intuition is first, right? Symbols speak to the intuition. So we need to start really understanding that when people are dealing with symbols, they're dealing with another level of communication, right? You might not get it on the surface, but deep down, intuitionally, you get it because there's certain symbols that we have grown up seeing, right? It's certain things that mean certain, and when you combine them, they have a message. And we need to become experts. We need to become symbol literate, right? A lot of us use symbols every day, don't even know we're using symbols. The very computer that we're using right now is based on symbols. Based on symbols. Ms. Jackson says, cool, use ideas from the past, but don't live in. No, hell no, you can't live in the past. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, check this out. When you look at the foundation piece for most of the stuff that we're using, the computers, the speakers, the TVs, all this stuff come from ancient ideas, right? I mean, how many of y'all know that computers, you could trace a direct link from computers to ancient African divination systems? How many of y'all knew that? Now, we could still be tossing cowrie shells and shit, and we could use the computer that is based on the principle of tossing the cowrie shells. What do you mean, Brother Hightem? The computers are based on a binary system, right? First off, the very technology the very stuff that they use to get these computers to run is basically a crystal, which, a lot of y'all that be laughing, those people that be wearing stones and shit, right? But those are crystals, and those crystals vibrate when you run an energy charge through them. And because they're able to vibrate, they're able to make circuits turn on and turn off, which is called a binary system. Divination systems are based on a binary system. One on, one off. Computers are based on a binary system because the very language they use is binary. Zeros and ones. 0 off, 1 on. So from people doing ancient divination systems, you could trace what they was doing all the way up. See, because it went from Africa into what's called the Middle East, right? With the Arabs. And from the Arabs, and because a lot of people, we only know about the Crusades, but we rarely know about the information exchange that was happening between the West Asians and the Arabs, Central Asians, basically, right? There was a group that was fighting, but there was a group of secret societies that was coming together, and The Arabs had what they call geomancy, which they got from ancient African tradition. And the Europeans or the West Asians took the geomancy and moved on with it. From geomancy, they got the binary system. From the binary system, they got the computer language. From the computer language, you are sitting right now looking at me through a system that is based on something that is ancient. Now, if we was to still be living in the past, we'd be tossing stones, sticks, sacrificing chickens, looking at the entrails and shit. That served its time. That served. It's done. Now we are able to do it in a whole nother way. Right? So, now, symbols speak to the intuition. Right? Symbols speak to that intelligence that's beyond, just beyond you directly knowing. Intuition is, in a sense, plugged into our ancient database. Right? This is why some kids can come out. Thanks, Mr. Bridges. Thank you. I love you too, man. All right. Hey, check this out. The system, right? I want you to understand this, right? Our intuition is plugged into our ancient database. So each culture has its own database. But humanity as a large also has a database, right? So now, when we start destroying cultures, what we're destroying information that goes into the overall database. So when we destroy a culture, not only do we destroy a people, but we destroy knowledge that was accessible to us at one point in time. This is why I'm saying it's our responsibility for us black folks in America to start looking and start resurrecting our culture so that we can start waking up some of that ancient knowledge. Not so that we could live like that back then, but so we could bring innovation, because as we grow, everything grows. The better we get, the better this country get. I'm living here. I want my kids to live here. I want my kids to be able to travel. I want my kids to be able, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for a dystopian future. I'm not setting that shit up. Just say hi, Sasha Maj. Hi. Y'all was just eating. You just wanted to be on camera. That's it. So symbols speak more to the intuition. So we need to go on and develop. Sasha? I'm going to use it. You could have used it upstairs. Get upstairs. Don't you? When I'm doing this, you don't come downstairs like that. Now, I kind of think that I'm raising my children with purpose and on purpose. So if I'm going through it, I can only imagine what people who don't have any. Lord have mercy. All right. Where my thunder at? Where my thunder? I need a thunder. See, the meditation come in handy. Because I know y'all saw that. All right. I wish my intuition would have let me know about that so I could have put a stop to it. Symbols often appeal more to the... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Symbols often appeal more to the intuition than do ideas. All right. So, we need to learn to hone our intuition. How do we do that? Dealing with these proverbs, dealing with the folk tales, right? It ain't just about being able to predict. It's about being able to interpret. It's about being able to use symbols. And the more we use symbols, the more we get access to our intuition. Because it ain't always just about predicting the future. It's about being able to fill out situations and being able to fill out people and learning to get in touch with our body and learning to be able to feel when something's not right, right? The intuition is just not a voice that talks to you. The intuition grants you experiences, right? Grants you knowing beyond knowing, right? Like, I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember Thundercats. When Lionel used to put the little thing up and say, "Give me sight beyond sight." That's intuition. Sight beyond sight. Because you don't have to necessarily go through the experience to get the experience. Dig? Right? So that's the power of the intuition. So when we're looking at symbols, right? Because I want you to think about one major company that don't have a symbol. I want you to think about one major team, any team that don't have a symbol. I want you to think about a school that don't have a symbol. I want you to think about a country that don't have a symbol. You don't find it strange that all these organizations and all these things got symbols, but your family ain't got one? You don't have a crest? Right? See, because you're not tuned in, you don't understand that symbols move people and get people to do things. Do y'all understand that, like, for example, America just bombed Syria? What holds the Syrian Republic together? Listen, do you know it's symbols that hold the Syrian Republic together at this point in time? A little bit of Russian money, but symbols, right? It's some outside money coming in, but symbols, right? Do you know that Assad, prior to him becoming the dictator, he was a dentist? He wasn't even in line to become dictator. His father was the strong man. His father ran it, and his brother was the heir apparent. But something happened to his brother, and Assad had to step into the family business, which just happened to be oppressing people and squeezing them out of the very life essence. You know what I'm saying? But he stepped into a machine that was working. And the only thing that holds the people in charge accountable to him, in a sense, is the symbols that his father set up. I don't think y'all heard me. Symbols are powerful. Ideas are powerful, right? He's surrounded by cousins, right? And his religious group, who all share symbols and ideas that keep them along with some outside, just a little bit of outside money, right? But imagine if it could do something like that in a place like Syria. What could healthy ideas, what could strong ideas, what could strong symbols do for us over here, right? Hell, America was built. America was an idea. America's still an idea, an unfulfilled idea. Symbols? What is the symbol of America? The soaring eagle, able to see above, below, precise eyesight, talents like steel. Although the eagle is one of the laziest birds, we could have picked a little bit better. You do a little research on eagles, you get kind of disappointed because them some lazy motherfuckers, man. I'm just saying. I'm kind of with George. I'm kind of with Ben Franklin. We should have made the turkey the symbol. All right. Well, anyway, let's move on. Yet symbols and ideas rely upon both the intuitive and the rational to some degree. Okay. Yet symbols and ideas rely both on the intuition. So, in the way we're being educated, we're being taught to divorce ourselves totally from the intuition, right? And invest it straight in the rational. But ideas and symbols are supported by both. We need to hone the intuition just like we need to hone our intellect. To get rid of either one of them is to get rid of part of ourselves. To get rid of part of human nature, get rid of part of who we are. And we've been doing that too long, right? Because I know y'all done ran into some people without intuition. They're totally logical and everything moves in a straight line. And then when life hits them, you know what I'm saying? You got to talk them through that shit. Because life is not logical. Never has been, never will be. Sometime it is. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Marriage is not logical. I mean, suppose, you know what I'm saying? You would assume, right? For those of you that's married or been married, you know this shit, it don't work like that. It don't work like that, you know. So, all right. Your symbols idea rely upon both the intuitive and rational to some degree. Ideas often seem more explicit, but like symbols, they too rely upon coding and encoding as functional knowledge construct and as forms of communication. So ideas need to be coded and encoded to be delivered and to be shared, right? We code the ideas, you know what I'm saying? We code the symbols, right? We and within groups we have certain understanding. Like I tell you about the folk tales, right? Or even the proverbs, they're layered, right? You look at it at one stage in your life and you see something different, right? You see something different in another stage of your life. It's encoded, right? And is layered. So you get what you need where you are. All right, let's keep it moving because I want to get to this last part. Though confounding, they may sometimes be symbols and ideas. My fault. Though confounding, they may sometimes be symbols and ideas propose clarification. For in their most positive sense, they work to communicate essence. Now, the best example that I heard of, let's talk about this whole essence piece, right? Essence is the source of something. Essence. And if I ask everybody to close their eyes and to think about a car, right? And then I ask everybody to open their eyes and tell me and describe the car they saw, right? Everybody would describe a car, but everybody may have a different car, different make, different model, different year, different seats, different colors, different type of wheels, different type of rims, even some different engine parts. But we know that the essence of the idea, right? The idea of the car, we all would recognize if all of us drew it, or all of us was able to pull down a perfect picture of it, we all would be able to identify that right? That's a car, right? We can do the same thing with chair. You know what I'm saying? There's an essence about it. There's is an idea about it that we all can share, but it could be totally different in each one of us. The essence of it, the chair, the car. All right. So ideas and symbols work to communicate essence, right? So many of us need to work on the ideas that we have to get it to the essence so that when people hear your idea, they may not see the color that you're talking about. They may not see the rims that you're talking about. They may not see the exact, but they get that basic underlying idea. See, because ideas and symbols represent reality. They're not reality, they represent reality. And a lot of us get confused and think that just because we could think these grandiose ideas, because we could use these fancy words, that we're really doing something. But really, what we're doing is one, painting a fantasy. Because the whole piece is words are just representations of reality. What people need is to be able to see reality. And what people eventually gonna get to you proving what you're saying. Because you got to show them what you're saying is real. right? And a lot of us become wordsmiths. We become good at painting pictures with words. But when it comes to the actual work, the reality, the essence of what we're doing, they can't see it. The words you spoke don't paint the same picture in their head. The words you spoke aren't the same as the work that you're doing. Right? So we got to find a way to merge that so that when we speak in the words, we're speaking the clear word, right? As they would say, the Dogon would say, go back upstairs. Y'all see that? See? My daughter already want YouTube. Alright? Um, though confounding, they may sometimes be symbols and ideas propose clarification. So we have to learn. I mean, I'm thinking the same. And this is the point. This is my opinion on this. My thing is I'm discussing these so that I can inspire conversation, right? So I want y'all to think about this, right? I'm talking about resurrecting culture, right? Part of the culture is the education system, right? One of the things I learned when I was at Ohio State, that Ohio State was a depository for their young people's thoughts. Someone wasn't young no more, but you know, in order to get the master's degree and to get the doctor's degree, they would be able to think about, they would have a place where they would be able to think about ideas and be able to create information about an idea. And what I'm saying is, like what I do with Gye-Nyame for those that are invest in my tribe, one of the things I tell every last one of them is in order for you to move to the next level, you have to write a book. You have to do some deep thinking. You have to strain and push these words out. Now, whether you do a picture book or I'm not determined. I just want to see the mastery in the book. What's up, Miss Afra? Welcome. Welcome. So, you know what I'm saying? And the point that I'm making is, what would happen if we started our children going through books like this, defining, breaking it down, having discussions? What if we started our children as well as adults? We're having discussions, and see, because what would make a child want to go deeper is if they had a conversation about the story in class, right? Then they could see their parents or their grandparents talking about the story on a whole nother level. They'd be like, "You got that from that story?" Yeah, I certainly did. Yeah, the Golden Hands is a pretty deep story, son. You understand it when you grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Life hasn't revealed it to you, right? Because they're symbols, ideas, right? But the essence is there. This is why Aesop lasted. There were other storytellers, right? But Aesop was the one that represented the essence of the storyteller. That's why his information lasted, right? So when you read one of these, you get the essence of the idea, right? So that you can compare it. And what he's trying to get us to understand is the power of ideas and symbols and how to start guiding them and directing them, right? Guiding and directing ideas and symbols. That's what a culture does. If you don't control the ideas and the symbols that's coming through your people, what the fuck good are you? I mean, what type of leadership is that? Right? So this is Brother Hot Tim. I'm drinking Eddie Murphy. I mean, my fault. Um, the other Murphy. What's his name? Hold on. No, not Eddie. Charlie Murphy. I'm drinking the Charlie Murphy. Saluting, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. I want to send shouts out to everybody that joined me. Make sure you like and share. You know what I'm saying? If you have comments, please put them down. I respond to all my comments. Be sure to join me for the daily toast. If you can't get up, at 4:30 to toast with me, check it out later. She said she had an Aesop fable book when she was a little girl. Word. You know what I'm saying? We need it. You know what I'm saying? We need those. See, because the fables, the thing I try to tell people is that we look at the fables as just children's stories. But we got to remember that Aesop didn't write these for children. These books were used, Aesop fables was used in ancient colleges. Because the lessons in them ring true to life. I mean, he talks about poverty, he talks about laziness, he talks about being gratitude. He talks about all the principles that an individual need to have in order to be successful in life, and the ones that you need to avoid. He talks about all, we call them the seven unbalanced principles. You know what I'm saying? He talks about the seven principles that you need. I mean, he talks about all of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's that those ideas and those symbols are presented to us. So I'm sending shouts out to Charlie Murphy, saying thanks, sending shouts out to Brother Bob Bridges, sending shouts out to Sister Afra, sending shouts out to Miss Jill Jackson, sending shouts out to Miss Stephanie Jackson, sending shouts out to Victoria, sending shouts out to Tariq Brown. I think that's everybody that joined me tonight. If you out there and I missed you, realize that it is a mistake of technology and not a mistake of the heart. And I toast you, and I'm saying peace, joy, and power, family. 100 years. I'm out.